What's up, y'all? It's Devin here for week 2 on the MensRoom FTM. Our topic this week is coming out. The big one. Oh boy. I don't understand or know how I'm going to get this down in less than 10 minutes, but I'm going to try really hard. So I better stop talking now. Our first question is, how did you go about coming out to your family and friends, and what were their reactions? First off, I'll start with friends. Coming out to my friends was completely smooth process and really easy. My summer going into my sophomore year, I told pretty much all my friends that I wanted to go by Devin. And then that actual school year, at the very beginning, I told them that I wanted to go by male pronouns. And I explained to them what transgender was, and they sort of knew things were in the brewing, that something was going to happen, and they were all supportive. We went and shopped for clothes, and they tried to do me up, and I mean, they were really great with the name and the pronouns. Like, they got it pretty much automatically, so I'm really happy about that. Family. Yeah, this is the big one, I guess. Well, first I came out to my older sister, who was really cool. She was definitely very supportive about it, and I think she's been the main support in my family around it and the most accepting. So that was good. Then I told an aunt and uncle of mine. They both pulled me aside, and because they knew something was up, because I came back from school and I was dressing completely different and binding and everything, and I explained to them, what everything was, and they said to me that they'll always support me and they'll always love me and they'll never disown me and all that other good stuff. And then I told them I was going to be going on hormones soon, and I think they thought it was just a distant maybe reality, like they didn't really believe it. And then like 2 months later I got on T, and they pretty much stopped talking to me. And my uncle at one point threatened to out me to my mom because I used her insurance to get testosterone and stuff, and my blood check, with my endo, and so he threatened to tell her, and I just was like, whatever, like, do what you gotta do, but know that you're not gonna affect me. So he didn't do it. He was bluffing. But yeah, that was that. As far as my mom, I sort of informally came out to her before. Like, I told her that I was transgender, but my mom doesn't know what transgender is. So I explained to her, like, the androgynous factor of feeling male and female, and but leaning more towards my masculine side. But she doesn't know that for me is leading into physical transition, which she can't know right now because, rewind, I came out to her when I was like, I'm not sure, I was young, like 14 or 15 as bisexual first, and then she kicked me out the house. Then I came out to her again at 16 as lesbian, and she kicked me out the house. And our altercations often turn physical. So in this current space and time, I didn't want to get into that with her. I'm waiting until I get back to DC for school to write her and the rest of my family a letter so that it doesn't even have to get complicated, because my mom, there's going to be huge repercussions. I'm preparing myself to lose all of them. I come from a really traditional Southern Baptist family. I know them, and they're just not going to be able to handle it. Of course, I hope for better things, but I've prepared myself for a while for this, and so it'll all be going down in T-minus, I don't know, maybe a month. We'll see. Let me fast forward because this is taking a while. Who else? So yeah, that's my mom. Have you ever had to come out as transgender in an academic setting? If so, what were your experiences like? Yes, I have. I had to come out in an academic setting at my school in DC. It was pretty good. Like, before class, I write my teachers an email and let them know the name I prefer and the pronoun I prefer, and I haven't had any problems with any professors at all about it. They've all been great. And then at work, I just told my boss and my coworkers, about what I go by and everything like that. And I mean, again, everyone's been really accepting. Just recently, I'm a part of this program where I'll be a guide for incoming freshmen to do community service. And I like at one of our trainings, I just got everybody in a round circle and explained to them what transgender was and just put it out there because they're going to see me when I get back there in September, and I'm going to look drastically different. I already look and sound a lot different. So, but that was a great experience. They all were really awesome about it too. I've only had one negative experience on campus in regards to coming out, but that's about it. I'm a part of our like trans group on campus, so pretty much everyone knows. And I live in a house specialized for like bending the gender binary, which is also known as the tranny house. So everyone at my school who knows me knows that I'm trans. So I mean, and it's a good experience. It's a very good environment, I think, and it helps that we're in DC, in a huge city. So that is good. And do I have any advice for coming out? Plan it, I think, is very important. Plan what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, who you're going to say it to. Equip yourself. Prepare yourself for the worst, but also know that things could go better than you think they will. And make sure you're emotionally prepared because I don't know, it's a mixed bag really, and like a lot of guys say, it really depends on your circumstance and your family. And like for myself, I know that my family is not gonna have it, and the repercussions will be severe. So I have had to mentally prepare myself for that, because it's hard, to divorce yourself from your family for your own mental and physical and spiritual health, which is sometimes necessary. But also to be aware that maybe they will turn around. People have to have a grieving process when it comes to losing this individual that they saw and knew before. So I try to be open, do whatever is safest and best for you. Really gauge. Don't use anyone else's situation to weigh your situation. Just gauge it. Sit and think about it, and think about it for months. When you're really ready, you can do it. But with all of that being said, don't let anyone stop you from being yourself. So if coming out to someone, even though the situation may not be ideal, means that you'll ultimately gain happiness and be able to live your own life, do it. Just do it. We've only got one life to live, and it's worth being happy and loving yourself. I'm gonna stop ranting now. Coming out is like one of those really fiery subjects for me, because it's crazy to see how the different reactions from people, especially from my family. I know I'm gonna get kicked in the chest, but anyhow, that's my advice. Just be prepared, and don't worry, because you have a support system in your fellow brothers and your fellow trans sisters. There's always a place to turn. So yeah, that is my coming out spiel. Next week is names. That should be fun. And yeah, that's it. Devin signing out for Saturday with MensRoom. Peace.